All right. Yes, sir. Today, we want to talk about something controversial, where me feel like me in the minority of it. You understand? And what I want to talk about today is the definition or the concept of beauty, right? And when I say the concept of beauty, I mean when you're working on yourself, right? So you're developing self respect, you're developing self confidence, you're developing self worth. You get to a point where you start to see yourself in a new light. You understand? You don't really let the general public opinion really apply to you. You kind of get a compass of your own internal direction. You understand? And I feel like beauty is one of those big things, right? Now, when I say beauty, I'm talking about the whole makeup of it, all right? Not just your physical features, right? So that means hair, that means fashion, that means makeup, that means looks, that means when I say beauty, that's the whole entire compass that I'm trying to encompass, right? So what I'm saying is, who defines the standard of what is beautiful and what is not? Because there's a saying that says beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Understand? Meaning, what's beautiful to me might not be beautiful to you. And, that's okay. That's what each makes each one of us unique. Understand? That's like our unique perspective that we bring to the table. Right? So, I want to take it a step further and say that if I wanted to present myself as I am now, as beautiful, um, I would be able to do so, and maybe like-minded people would be able to do so. But I believe the general public would lash out and say, "Well, maybe you can like clean up your facial hair a little bit, maybe get a little line up, or maybe cut the hair down a little bit shorter." You understand? And that would be more acceptable with the well-groomed societal standard, right? But like I'm saying, as a man who has self-confidence and self-respect, you don't get to tell me what beauty is, right? And as a result of that, I'm come to the realization, well, if no one can tell me what beauty is, then by right I can't tell anyone else what beauty is, right? I would think that would be only fair. Um, so how do we approach the concept of um I guess pride, right? And when I say pride is I take pride in how I look. You understand? I'm not here to fit anybody else's agenda. I'm not here to fit anybody else's beauty. Like I was saying in the first videos I started making, I am content when I look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I love the reflection that looks back at me. You understand? It makes me fulfilled. And a lot of us in this world, I'm realizing that a lot of people don't operate on love. I was talking to one of my good friends, good friends the other day, right? And, I was trying to basically help him by passing on some advice and being like, brother, I'm going to say you need to love yourself. And his response caught me off guard, right? His response along the line was, I don't operate on love, I operate on hate. And I it stuck me because like it was on a phone call, so it stuck me for a minute, and he's just like, yo, I'm like, yeah man, me there. But what you just say a while ago fuck me up, cause me not even a look on the perspective there to see it from that. You understand? So I'm coming to the realization that there is multiple ways to approach things, and my way is not always the only way. I know that. I know my way is not the only way. It's just just the way that works best for me, right? So when I'm saying as far as the beauty standards, I mean like what I guess what level, right? And obviously I'm gonna have to talk about black people because I'm black. What level? What I guess, yeah, level do we collectively as a black community define our beauty? You understand? Because I feel like I see a lot of the women in our communities and they want to look anything else but black. No, this is not for all of them. You understand? If it's not for you, left it. Who the cap fit, let them wear it. You understand? So if this don't pertain to you, just brush it off and listen along if you still want to hear the reason or anything. You understand? If not, you can click it off. All of that good too. But I'm just saying, like, like one of the statistics, I can't even say the word, statistics that they always lead with is how much billion, basically black people spend on like hair care. You understand? So whether it's getting hair done, getting weave done, getting fake lashes, you name it. You know the extremes to which black women go through to make themselves look, in their definition, I would say beautiful. You understand? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's how you want to present yourself, we only get one life. You understand? And if I saw you want to present yourself in only one life, then live your life. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? And I don't want you to think that me saying anything on the subject is like, all right, if you're not a problem with it, why bring it up? You understand? Because I want to understand. You understand? And like I said, I feel like some ways the best time to understand is to get on the ground and ask the people themselves, like, yo, why do you do this? Because yes, them are gonna say, well, a lot of the culture stems from black culture, and as a result, other races try to come in and they try to put their own influence on it and adapt it into their own culture, right? That's one of like the renowned arguments. But my thing is, right, black woman, and again, I'm only talking to black people because I'm black. You understand? You are beautiful the way you are, right? And yo, before me even get to this is the crazy part, right? I'm coming to the realization that woman no longer dresses up for man. Woman dress up for woman. You understand? There was this wild take a while ago when most people say you're man no dress up for woman, then dress up for the homeboys. Them dress up for impress them homeboys. And yeah, you have to understand, sometimes me slow. Me slow when it comes to things like this. So if what me I say is obvious and you already know that, you have to sit with me. You understand? Some things is not common to me. And a lot of the things then where them are going here and a foreign, it's not common to me. You understand? So it take me a little bit longer for dip on the uptake and for catch on board with everybody there. But brother, me can't see myself go test address of it. A woman! A woman! You understand? A woman me a run down. So me can't ever see me a put down if it and be like, yeah man, the boy, them a go think say me look good. No. Don't give a fuck what the boys think. You understand? You understand? It's the woman that I'm trying to get in with. I want her to see, like, all right, yeah, like him style, like him flow, like the vibe, like where am I going with. You understand? So as a woman, if it's come to the realization where you need to even dress up, I do that all again, cause like I said, in the space of the dialogue of the back and forth, black man have come and they've kind of told you like, listen, me know why you put in a fake hair or eyelashes them pan your eye now. I saw mean tan. If you telling the truth, I saw mean tan. Right? And as a result, me kind of get lax into it, cause like me say, one life then get. And if they want to live then one life like that, who am I to come and cast judgment and say, no, you can't do it. Right? No. There's a difference between, just being like, hey man, they can live their life how you want to and accepting it. You understand? I'm not saying that if they want to present themselves like that, you have to accept it. You understand? But at the same time, you don't get to tell them that they can't. So it's in this weird gray area where it's like, well, if you do that, me don't want you, but me not gonna tell you you can't do it just because me don't want you. You understand? So where did the beauty standards come from? Is it from a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-confidence in yourself? Do you just feel like you're not good enough in your natural state? How the creator make you in his image. Is that not good enough for you? You need to go out and put your own paintbrush on it, right? You need to go out and you need to alter it to fit what? I guess that's the question I'm trying to ask. Like, what standard are you trying to fit? Because I think deep down it has to do it. And enough people are gonna say, oh no, you don't need to bring race into it, but how can I not bring race into it? I'm not oblivious. You understand? The last 250, 300 years ago, brother, a race and bring into it. You understand? I am 3/5 of a man. What kind of fuckery that? When you put on your pants just like me. When you bleed just like me. But you're going to tell me not to bring race into it? So I should just forget. Turn the other cheek. I'm not one of those people who just going to turn the other cheek. Don't get me wrong. I go walk with from fuckery if I go fuck up my life. But at the same time, I need to generally understand. Is it just a lack of fulfillment within yourself as to why you feel the need to go and seek validation elsewhere? I just want to know. Because I think that you're beautiful as you are. And obviously I don't know you. You know what I say? But to think that you can keep up the facade every single day of your life, I think it's a little bit unrealistic. You won't always be able to have the weave nice and everything and the baby hair or the edges slayed all the time with your eyelashes and your finger. You won't be able to have that all the time. So the times that you don't have it, do you feel less? Do you feel like less? I guess that's like the question. And I know this one is probably not gonna, like, this is not a subject a lot of people want to talk about because it's like taboo, I think the woman feel like said the man I try control them about how they can live their life and how they can express themselves. And like me, I try to say, I know this me I come from with it, you know. For me, it's understanding. I want to understand. You understand? Because I don't see myself subjecting my one life I get to anybody else's standard of beauty. You understand? Either you're gonna take me as is or you're not gonna take me at all. And I maybe that's the same approach that woman is taking. And if that's the approach that they're taking, hey, I feel your life, you know. Live it how you want to live it. I am an advocate for that. Live it how you want to live it. But that being said, I always have to think about the next generation. You understand? How are they going to internalize these things? Are they going to see it as a form of self-expression, or are they going to feel like me have to change in order to find acceptance? I am not good enough for as I am, right? That's just the philosophical. I can't even say the bumble clock word into the brother. That's just the thinking side of me. You understand? I'm just thinking about the underlying sequence because I think it does have to kind of stem with shame. You understand? Everybody will want to love to say, yeah, man, let's not make it about race. Let's not make it about race. But the past, sure, we say, yo, because of the way you look, me, I go treat you a certain way. We don't think that mindset has distilled its way into today. Do we think that 300 years is 300 ago and we've moved past it and we're no longer there? Obviously, y'all have people them come saying regards and say, yeah, man, you're not still there on the plantation. In a sense where we know it. But what you call prison? What you call the society where y'all go pump junks into my neighborhood and you expect me to stay clean, not get involved with it? When I this all of the money there. Cause unlike say y'all come in my community and build it up when we can get some work and do the thing legally. You understand? You do that, and then you take it a next step further. And all of the media that I consume, from the music to even the social media when we depend. The music tell me say if I'm not out here trapping or killing nobody, I'm weak. You understand? And I'm an ignorant person. You call me weak, I'm gonna do everything in my power to show you that I'm not. So you see me, I go get caught up in the trap. And then when you catch me in that trap, you go put me in a prison. And when you put me in a prison, you go use the labor. You go use me in a prison as free labor to do the work while you make billions off of it. Sounds like a plantation to me. But this was not meant to get the conversation dark. I'm just trying to show you how the things that has occurred in the past don't necessarily just disappear. They trickle down. From mindset, you know what I'm saying? They trickle down into everything. So looking at it like that, could it be that the beauty standard you hold is for a lack of self? You understand? You don't feel good about yourself. So as a result, you feel the need to look like the mainstream celebrities that's been put in front of us. You have to look like them, right? Because if you don't look like them, then you're not, I guess you're not it. You understand? So, yeah, I think when we look at the grand scheme of things, I really don't understand the beauty standards. And then I guess like another thing for black people, like how are we gonna go allow somebody else to tell us what's beautiful when they're not even black? You understand? There is nothing better than my melanin. My melanin, yo, my melanin, the best thing. It's the best thing. I don't want to be any other race. You understand? This is the best race to be. Regardless of all the trials and tribulations and try put with you and then try broke with, brother, we still there. Still approve them wrong. Still surpass all achievements. You understand? Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black is extraordinary. Black is excellence. You understand? So I don't look at myself as less because of any of that. If anything, the past makes me more driven, more hungry, more determined. You understand? Because you fuck yourself with me ancestors them. And you think say we forget. Yeah, maybe a lot that we forget. But you have a dark one them like me. We don't forget. You understand? And that's a part of my driving force. How the fuck you mean 3/5 of a man? You better than me. You better than me. And like me say, the ignorant part of me that, you know. Cause me feel like say at that time they a play, you try playing on my face. A style, you try style me. 3/5 of which man? Come the man, make we fight and we see who win. That's the best way to prove it. Oh, you're so primal, you're so barbaric. All right. You man come and try put me in a cage. What me fi do? Just accept it? No. The fuck? We're gonna fight to the death over it. I'd rather die on my feet, standing and on my knees as a slave. You understand? And that's the ideology too. So no, you don't get to tell me that I'm not beautiful. I am not society standard. Fuck you and your society. You understand? So, you know me say, I just this so me there with it. You know me I say, but all in all, my black queens out there, you're beautiful as you are. You understand? You don't need to put a brush. You don't need to put a brush. Fuck, you don't need to edit what God already has put his paintbrush on. J. Cole said that. You understand? For real. For real, man. So, I mean, I say, when you come, let me know in the comments, you know, how long it take for this, for you see it and start responding to the thing. Let me know, man. Are you in control of your definition of beauty standards, or are you subconsciously just been following what the media has projected in front of you? Let me know. Huh?